everything, Mercy.
Amor is on top of everything, Jaja Muzungu. And I mean everything.
I know you. Ekyo kikuweesa lunch.
Kimweza
lunch ekyo.
Change Maker President Jennifer Mirembe, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rotarian Peter. Good morning, Rotarians and friends of Rotary on call.
Good morning, Fiona.
Jennifer, your voice doesn't have the usual energy. You sound
She has just woken up. Why?
Rotarian Jennifer, are you on top of everything?
Oh, General Henry. Good morning, Henry.
Everything. It's just a quiet morning, but I'm on top of everything. Not just today, but always.
Love. That is the topic of the day.
Hello, Yedi.
Omwana wange tomweyisa muto. Hello, my daughter did that.
Jaja Muzungu, instead of fearing the time you fear, we fear okay, go now to broadcasting house.
Thank you very much, Mukuru Wechika, for turning us yet again to broadcasting house. Friends, I will never cease amplifying the voice of the daybreakers to sound our gratitude to each and every single one of you that comes to fellowship with us every Thursday morning. We sincerely appreciate you. But special appreciation goes to the morning crew for always warming up to warm us and indeed preparing us for great enjoyment every morning fellowship. We don't take it for granted and we appreciate you very, very much. Thank you so much for doing just that. We want to appreciate the birthday group Strawberries, in whose safety hands we still journey through the month of March. So thank you very much, and allow me to turn this session to you, Stephen Wax, to guide us through the lineup of our Rotary norms. Over to you, Stephen Wax.
Thank you, President. I pray that I'm audible. Our lineup as follows. For the grace, Rotarian Esther Kakuba will take us through. For the Loyal Toast, Rotarian Asman Baguma. For the four-way test, CMP Adrian Mutiawa. Then we'll have Rotary information. Introduction of our guest will be by OP Jameson Karimani. Interaction will be by AG Dr. James Onyoy. Vote of thanks by PN Dorothy Achan. Statistics by Rotarian Stephen Wakasenza. And toast by Rotarian Peter. Without any further ado, Rotarian Esther.
Okay, thank you so much. Good morning, Rotarians and guests. Let us humble ourselves for the grace. For the beautiful Rotary family we have, and for the gift of this new day, and for the wonderful fellowship we are about to receive. Abba Father, may we be mindful of the needs of others. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, President. Thank you, President. Good morning, Rotarians, Rotaractors, and guests. For the wonderful fellowship we are going to have, let's toast to the health of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda.
Thank you, President.
Thank you, President. Good morning, Rotarians, Rotaractors, and friends of Rotary on call. Let's recite the four words together. Of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Changemaker President Adrian. We appreciate you. And indeed, in the interest of things being beneficial to all of us that are concerned, it's right about now that I would like to welcome anybody and everybody that has Rotary information to share with us. You are welcome to raise your hand and we'll allow you space to share with us the Rotary information that you might have. But better still, you are welcome to go the Chichiga way, just unmute and dive straight in with your Rotary information. Over to you, comrades on call, to share with us your Rotary information.
Good morning, Rotarians and friends. Susan Ajok, CMP Kampala West. I am glad to join you and also to let you know that we are celebrating our 52nd charter event on Saturday, the 12th of March. We will be at Royal Suit Golobi from 2 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you very much, CMP Susan Ajok. And indeed, we'll join you in the celebrations. Any other Rotary information, friends? Okay, in the interest of time, I will request that should you have any other Rotary information you'd like to share with us, you are welcome to channel it through the chat section and we'll be able to give it the due attention it deserves. We know that Women's Day is behind us, but for the great impact, influence that women have in our lives, right away from, from our times of birth, maybe to our school days, to the women school teachers, and to those who are married, to our wonderful spouses and spouses, and again to those that are blessed with daughters and granddaughters. I am sure that indeed women are worthy celebrating. Coming back to our Rotary family, the next Rotary year is yet another special time that we get to celebrate women, when we get to see the first woman Rotary International president, and not just a president, even the vice president. What an incredible year it is to celebrate and appreciate women. We recognize and appreciate and celebrate the great impact that women are and make to this world. And we thank the Almighty for each and every single one of your lives. So once again, we celebrate you and we recognize you. Allow me make mention that next week, we at Daybreak will be meeting again in person, but also online. For those that will be in person, we'll be meeting as usual at Fairway Hotel, and we will start at our usual time, 7 to 8 a.m. So I would like to invite all Daybreakers, all friends of Daybreak. You are more than welcome to be with us at Fairway Hotel. As we walk away from the shadow of COVID, we want to continue to meet physically. We look forward to a time when we'll be fully meeting in person, but we'll take it gradually. Once a month for now, it will be. So friends, we'll be more than happy to receive you on Thursday next week. Right now, I would like to take the opportunity to invite Opportunity President, my senior, my mentor, my brother, my friend, Opportunity President Jameson Karimani, to unveil our guest speaker this morning. Over to you, OP Jameson.
Thank you very much, CMP, Frederick Stakule, and good morning, Rotarians, guests, and Rotaractors who are on call this morning. This morning, I'm privileged and happy to be introducing someone I know very well, someone I have worked with, and someone who is talking about a topic that currently touches us as an institution. Thank you very much for giving him an opportunity to share with you one of the arms of government, and that is the judiciary. Colleagues, this morning, we are privileged to have a past district assistant governor, Dennis Tusime Watoro. Dennis Tusime Watoro has worked with judiciary for a quite number of years. He's an IT specialist and is among the people who have been working to develop a system that is going to see the institution move away from the physical files, which have many times caused the issues in the institution by getting lost, and is among the people who have been developing that system. Dennis Watoro, as I said, has been a district governor and a member of the Rotary Club of Masindi, where he has been so instrumental in the work in that place. Dennis Watoro, like I said, is an ICT specialist who holds a bachelor degree in ICT. He has been a board member and the treasurer of ICT Association of this country. Because of the interest in corporate in sports, he has been an administrator of Masindi Corporate League. He's a married man with 2 kids, and above all, is a committed Rotarian. Dennis Watoro, you are most welcome to speak to this audience this morning. I hand over to you, President, and Dennis Watoro.
Thank you very much, OP Jameson Karimani. And indeed, what a joy it is to welcome you, Pastor Assistant Governor Dennis Watoro. Allow me to turn this audience to you for the next 30 minutes as you share about digitalization being a key to a transformed judiciary in Uganda. Dennis, you're very, very welcome, and over to you.
Yes, thank you, President. I'd like to confirm that I'm being heard.
Yes, you are being heard and you're being seen as well.
Thank you, President. First of all, I decided to turn my video on such that people know that they're not talking to what in IT terms we refer to as a bot or a machine. And also in the interest of bandwidth issues for some of the members online, I would request that I be allowed to turn my video off. Yes, I'd also like to take this opportunity once again for being given the chance to speak to you today. What I'll share won't be much, and I believe some of the things I may leave out unintentionally. OP Jameson, at a given opportune moment, will expound on them. Incidentally, like we know with the technology, while I was trying to hibernate my laptop this morning, it decided to do an update, and it is free, and it took long to restart. So the presentation I had prepared is not, I won't be able to share it as I share with you, but after, during the course of the day, I will share it with OP Jamson for him to share with the rest of the membership. The topic that I was asked to talk about, digitalization being a key to a transformed judiciary in Uganda. Yes, we know not very long ago, in mid-June of 2020, the president signed a bill into an act that became the Administration of Judiciary Act. And this, among other things, was meant to, or is meant to transform not only judiciary, but the operations of the judiciary. I'll begin by giving us what the mandate of the judiciary is. The constitutional mandate of the judiciary is provided for in Article 126 of the Constitution of Uganda, 1995, and it says, judicial power is derived from the people and shall be exercised by the courts established under this constitution in the name of the people and in conformity with law and with the values, norms, and aspirations of the people. Now, getting back to our topic of digitalization. I'd like to start off with defining a few keywords. One, digitization being the process of converting information into a digital or computer readable format, while a transformation is a dramatic change in form or appearance. Digital transformation is a process of using digital technologies to create new or modify existing business processes, culture, and customer experiences to meet changing business and market requirements. Whereas digitalization embraces the ability of digital technology to capture and assess data to make better business decisions and enable new business models. According to African Court on Human and People Rights, they say digital technology has been transforming the operation of public services in several countries and regions. The ability of IT officers working in judicial institutions to embrace the digital transformation of African regional and sub-regional courts through the digitization of court processes depends on the strategies identified as efficient in the organization's geographic region, And lastly, Codela and Contini in 2020, as well as the International Developmental Organization, termed the digitization of court processes to be the use of technology-based solutions such as machine learning, case management systems, process automation, court online conflict resolution, and justice system. Now, how is digitalization going to transform our judiciary in Uganda? While yes, we know judiciary has been in existence from way back. We have what going the Constitution, and the President, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, signed into an act, the Administration of Justice Act in 2020. ICT in the judiciary has been there for quite a while. And currently, we are at the level of a department. The operations of the ICT at the level of department, and this department is currently led by Mr. David Chikabi, who sees to it day-to-day operations of ICT as we move to digitalizing it. Now, our journey started way back in 1995 when the first desktop computers were purchased in the judiciary, and we moved away from typewriters in phases, but not the whole judiciary, but in phases. Moved away from typewriters to computers and the word processors. In 1997, a system called CAS, which is Court Case Administration System, was developed and deployed. This was majorly to handle case management. Then over time, we've had a number of innovations, including having presence on the web through a website that has links to a number of important avenues that you can visit. We have an internet and email access system, case management, like I talked about, networked registries across the country, desktop computers, at least in every court you visit, I believe you're able to see a presence of a computer, be it as far as wherever it is you believe to imagine deep down in your village. If there is a court and you visit it, you'll be able to find a desktop computer. And when you move away from deep in the village and you get towards the center of your village, the court there will be networked. And then as you move towards the high courts that are within your regions, you find internet access. The staff there will be able to access email. We have court recording systems, especially for the courts around the center, around Kampala, and the high courts within the regions. We have bench books, and we have video conferencing in a number of courts. This video conferencing was launched by Chief Justice Emeritus Bachika on the 17th of April 2019. Now, this video conferencing could have come to light, could have come to prominence, partly during the lockdown that we suffered twice. And with the advent of lockdown coming in, Zoom that we are currently using for most of our meetings, for most of our Rotary meetings, also became integrated into court operations. But before Zoom gained its popularity, us as a judiciary had already embarked on something akin to Zoom, which is a video conferencing. And here we would be able to get evidence from different locations. If you were to remember the famous Katosi case, evidence was gotten from key witnesses that were in the US. They were in the state in the US. The court was proceeding at the commercial division of the High Court in Kampala via video conferencing link. And we've had video conferencing spread out to a number of courts so far. Besides some division, besides the High Courts in Kampala, we've had it spread out to Masaka. Then we'll have it in Mbarara, Arua, Masindi, to mention but a few. But the goal is to have all our high courts are covered with the video conferencing facility. And then now with Zoom has been covered, is being used by all judicial officers across the country, depending on the preferences of the advocates. But not only that, I believe there are some cases that I would not want to talk about here, but that as you follow news, you see they say so and so, or these parties appeared in court on Zoom, and we believe it in a way as one reduced operational costs of the prisons, them not having to have to transport people all the time, and also ensure their security. Because if they're in one location, transporting them to another location when the time they're going to be transported is known to all, poses a threat not only to them, but also to the other officers that will be with them. And then also with the Zoom, if you're not able to, a lawyer or a witness is not able to be in a court for, if it's say Arua, you have to appear in Arua to give evidence in a matter, and the evidence is crucial, but due to classification issues, you're unable to make it to Arua, and you notify the judge or magistrate handling the case. The evidence can be heard from Kampala via the Zoom link or the video conferencing link, and then after that you get on to your business. I believe that is another way we are moving on to the digitization. We are digitalizing our processes. The others, we do have a court recording and the transcription system where the evidence you give is not only written down, because at a later time you may say you are misquoted, or that's not what you said word for word, but this evidence is captured by way of recording and then transcribed. When this evidence is recorded, it means that at no given time, there's a person or a witness that gave evidence backtrack on the evidence they gave, since their voice will have been captured. And what we've realized, the benefits we've got from this is that we are getting a clearer proceedings being given out, and it has also made the work of the judicial officers, who are the judges and magistrates, give out better judgments and rulings, because the evidence they are getting is very clear from the parties. We are also getting to e-filing. Before I get to e-filing, maybe look at courtroom networks. A number of our courts around Kampala. Yes, I'm going to, most of the examples I'm saying is around Kampala, because one, we have to make a pilot to see how the public, the users, the litigants appreciate what we have, what we are putting in place. And then we also enable us to see where the gaps are, to enable us to plan better for when we later spread out to the rest of the country. So a number of courts will be able to have internet access for the public. You can easily log into your mail, your phone, access it on your laptop, get what you want, and then present. It's President, the service provider who is there till betrayed me. I do not know what point I had stopped at. But
yeah, we miss just a little bit. Proceed.
I think I was talking about think I was talking about, yes, thank you, President. I was on courtroom networks where at the courts we have around, you're able to access internet as a public, as a member of the public, to enable you get what you need, say, to present to court. And we believe we shall be spreading this out to all the courts in the country. Then I come to e-filing, which we are currently piloting in a number of 7 courts. Now, these 7 courts are the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal, the Civil Division of the High Court, the Land Division of the High Court, Commercial Division of the High Court, the Anti-Corruption Division of the High Court, and the Chief Magistrate's Court at Mengo. Now, under this e-filing, this is where we have the system called ICMIS. ICMIS stands for Electronic Court Case Management ICMIS. What we are doing under ICMIS, or what we believe members of the public shall do under ICMIS or benefit is, one, you'll be able to file from the comfort of your home or from the comfort of whatever location you'll be. Now, when you file, the person you're having a case against will also, once you've created an account in the system, will be notified about this case, and then they also put in their defense from the comfort of wherever they will be. The other interesting aspect of this system is payments module. Now, under payments module, you'll be able to make payments from everywhere or anywhere you are at any given time. You won't have to say, I'm filing my defense, but at the time I'm filing it, the bank had closed, I was not able to pay fees. No. A number of times we've watched on news how bail for accused persons was granted, say in the afternoon, say it's a given afternoon on a Friday, late in the afternoon, and the person whose bail has been secured has been given a cash bail, and they have to go to the bank, or their relatives have to go to the bank and pay before their person can be released. If they're unfortunate, they'll find the bank closed and they'll not be able to make that payment, meaning that their relative or loved one will spend an extra 2-3 nights in cells over the weekend because they could not make this payment in time. Now, with our ICMIS, the payment module in the ICMIS means that you can pay at any time from within the system. You don't have to move out of the system. You can pay, you can use your Visa, you can go to the bank if you want, you can pay using mobile money from the comfort wherever it is you are. You don't have, and we believe that from whatever location, this will improve how we access justice. Now, going on our digital transformation, on our digitalization journey, this ICMIS, yes, we know a number of lawyers have tried to raise queries about it, on if it's within the law and all that. But I'd like to inform the public and put their fears to rest that the Chief Justice issued practice directions in 2019. This was given as a legal notice number 6 of 2019. This was given as legal notice of 29, legal notice number 6 of 2019, saying the Constitution, integration of ICT into the adjudication processes for courts of judicature, practice directions 2019. So our digitalization journey has a legal instrument backing it, and would not like to be seen to be going against the law that we are giving, that we are rendering, the justice we are rendering. Now, our ICT enabling environment, and like I said before, we have a department headed by Mr. David Chikavi. In order to facilitate ICT development in the judiciary, we've had a number of policies. We had the ICT strategy that was developed, and the ICT strategy that was developed and from 2009, that was in alignment with the National Development Plan 2, which ran from 2016 to 2020. And currently we are in the ICT strategy that is running from 2020-2021 to 2024-2025. And these were developed, launched, being implemented, where the ICT policy provides a definite course of action adopted by the judiciary in an effort to promote the best ICT practice, particular to desired results, whereas the strategy details a plan or method of approach developed by the judiciary in an effort to utilize ICT to successfully achieve its overall goal and objective. The strategy points out the tactics, which are the detailed procedure and order of how to achieve these desired results particular to the strategy. And it is thus used to underpin the policy. Now, as I wind up, we have from the strategy, we have pillars, a number of pillars to see us on the journey of digitalization in the judiciary. And I'm going to concentrate on, I'm going to give out 9 pillars of the strategy. One is enabling regulatory environment. I talked about the practice directions as given out by the Chief Justice in 2019. Adequate management information systems. We have a number of them which are internal, and we are now going external, starting with ICMIS, a reliable hardware infrastructure. All these systems will not be beneficial to the public if they are coming to court and the computers are so slow and are not giving them the required service, the desired service in time. Adequate software platforms and tools, security of the ICT systems, both the hardware and making sure our system is not hacked into and your case is disappearing. Human resource, recruiting, training, deploying the right people for the right tasks, statistical and management resources and capabilities, sponsorship and supportive decision making. And then the ninth pillar is analytical development and implementation methodologies. So these are the pillars of the strategies that we've been undertaking, and we continue to undertake because we are in an evolving environment. Now, looking at the advantages of use of ICT in courts, we are digitalizing so that one, we can improve efficiency and become cost effective. When you file from the comfort of your location, it means that you're not going to spend money on transport to come to court. You're not spending money on transport. It also means that the time you'd have spent in a jam, you get to the registry, you get into a queue, you wait to be attended to, is better spent on other things, as you defend your classification, as you eke out a living for your family. The other advantage for our digitalization will be improved court productivity and reduced delays, since we'll have proceedings being coming out in time. And then if you are to give evidence in Arua and you're in Kampala, for some reason you're stuck, you can't get to Kampala, rather you can't get to Arua, and you're able to give your evidence via Zoom or video conferencing, it will reduce delay, but it also means that for that day, court has actually been conducted, and it was not a wasted day. It will improve access to justice, irrespective of where you are. If you, for example, you've gone on leave and you're in the village, and you, for example, you're in the village, you're on leave, but then you have a court case, you will not have to discontinue your leave to come to court to find out the progress of your case. You'll be able, from your mobile phone or from your laptop, get access to your case and see the progress. The other feature I forgot to talk about of ICMIS is notifications. Every action that is performed on your case, you will be able to get a notification by SMS and a notification on email, and also a notification on your case. The system, when you log into the system, you'll be able to see that you have a notification on a particular case. Then it will improve accountability and public confidence in the justice system. When you come and you believe you see you're being attended to timely, you're not experiencing delays and the likes, your confidence in us will improve, and that is the goal we aim for, such that justice is not only seen to be done, but it is also done. You feel it is being done to you. President, I see there are a number of questions on chat. I'd like to request to end here so that I can attend to questions, and then also remind in the classification world, OP Jamson is my boss. In Rotary, the tables turn, but now in the classification world, I believe where the answers I give won't be, we'll need some more meat. I call upon him to come in and also provide the answers. Thank you, President, for your time.
Thank you so very much, PAG Dennis Tusime Watoro, for your submission. But it's also good to know that you are the Area Membership Support Officer for Western Area 1. Thank you very much for your submission. And indeed, like you've rightly said, I'm sure that the colleagues and comrades on call have questions, comments, and concerns that they would like to air out. I hope we have the answers to all the questions, but to guide us through this interaction session, allow me invite my senior AG, Dr. James Onyoin, to guide us through this wonderful session. AG James, over to you.
Thank you very much, CMP Frederick. Yes, first of all, I want to thank, my council for a very enlightening presentation. This has been really, really good. So at this point, I would like to invite questions, but we can start with one question which is already in the chat room by Mark Sayoti from RC Sonde. It says, digitalization comes with some challenges. For the comfort of litigants, how does the judiciary plan to address the security concerns around management of sensitive data related to court cases, e-filing, and so on? And how are you addressing mindset change among judicial officers who are traditionally accustomed to paperwork? So the question from Max is a two question. One is about how you're ensuring security. We all know what happened to Zoom some time back. So, and since court data is very sensitive. And then the other part of the question, how are you handling the issue of the mindset change on some of our old colleagues? Thank you. I think we can start with that. There's another question. Okay, you can hold on a bit, Dennis. What has been the impact on the backlog of court cases and on corruption and disappearing files? What has been the impact on the backlog of court cases and on corruption and disappearing files? I think we can start with those, Dennis.
Yes. Thank you, AG James. Yes, you said two, then I'm also seeing a third from
yes, there is a third. Yes. You can handle the third as well. Has there been any awareness of these systems? Let's start with those.
Yes, thank you once again. I'd like to put OP Jamson on notice that he will handle the first question from MD Jen, and also about the awareness system, awareness of the systems. He's on the change management committee, so I think he will be in a better position to give a satisfactory answer on that. Going back to the question by Rotarian Max. Yes, we know digitalization comes with challenges, a lot of challenges actually. How the judiciary intends to address the security concerns around management of sensitive data related to court cases and e-filing. One, security can be looked at is two ways. The security of the physical hardware. I'd like to put our minds to rest that the physical hardware is very secure. And then we get to the cyber security, the component of what I can call the soft security. On the element of the soft security, security begins with us. So for the us, I'll begin with the judiciary. We have in place robust robust security systems from antiviruses to other software I can't get into. in that we also have a systems administrator that is specifically dedicated to ICT security. So this, together with the security guaranteed by NITA, because we have different components here. When we judiciary does its best to secure the system, but our providers like NITA doesn't do their part, they will have failed us. But we've done a round the robin job to make sure that the system is secure and doesn't suffer cyber security hacks. But then also, you as an individual, as a litigant, you have to, when you create your account, we ask you to create a secure password. So when you create a secure password, that will be one level of securing the data on your cases, but also making sure that we don't get hackers accessing our system, because there may be a vulnerability that we've not realized that they will exploit before we realize it. So you as an individual, you also need to be secure. You need to secure your credentials jealously. We know people say we ask for passwords, they enter the name of their spouse or child, but there are certain characters that the system doesn't accept when you're creating your account. So we've tried to see that at least we help you to make sure that your password is secure by asking for different characters, letters, numbers as you create your password. But we can go so far. If you, after creating that, you put it down on a piece of paper and you leave it lying around, you'll have betrayed us. Then about the data related to sensitive data related to court cases, yes, we'll try as much as possible to make sure that the data we receive is secure, is kept securely. Our servers are in secure locations, but also we have access levels for one to access the servers where this data is stored. So we'll not find anyone, even if it is an IT personnel in the judiciary, accessing these servers. No, they're accessed by specific people, and before they accessed, there are specific reasons. The one who accesses is one, actually the other person who grants the permissions is another. So unless the two of them connive, and if they are connived, their audit trails will be got. So security, I'd like to once again impress it upon all of us that the system is very secure. And about the awarenesses and the backlog, please, OP Jamson, if you can come in at this moment.
Okay, thank you very much, Dennis, for that able presentation, and thank you members for the questions that you have asked. I hope I'm audible. Can you hear me?
Yes, indeed you are. Go right ahead.
Thank you very much, CMP. The first question has 3 components. One, the impact of backlog, corruption, and disappearance of files. The impact. Now, backlog, for backlog, when we have backlog, it means that people's cases are not efficiently being disposed of. When someone brings a case to court, he has a reason why he has come to court, and therefore he would want an answer in the shortest possible time. If it is land, he would like to have it and use it for whatever he had bought it for. If it's if it is money which has been lent out and not paid back, he would want to have that money so that he can be able to invest it and it makes a profit. Now, when he brings the case and we can't dispose it in time, it means that we are making his money lose value. We are making his land, which he had bought, useless. And in the long run, it has an impact even on the economy, because the investors who would have invested here, once they inquire and find that in that country, the legal system does not dispose of cases in time, if they get issues, they then prefer to go to another country which can dispose of cases quickly. So that means we have lost that investor, and that is an impact on our economy. Corruption makes the cost of litigation very expensive, because when someone is planning to come to court, when he knows the system is corrupt, he's also planning some money for that purpose, and therefore it makes the whole system, it makes the whole thing becomes very expensive for someone, and in the long run there is loss of confidence in the whole system. And once people lose confidence in the system, is what they turn into those things you see of mob justice and the rest of it. So that is an impact, that the long impact the corruption can cause can lead to the mob justice, because people don't have to go to court when they don't trust it. Disappearance of files, the person's case will not be disposed because the file has disappeared, and therefore he can't get justice. So all these things, when you put them together, you find that they have a very big impact on the system. They have a big impact on the citizens. They have an impact on the economy at large. On the issue of awareness of the system, we have been doing this for quite some time. This is the second time we are making a presentation in this Rotary Club. We have used all the fora that we can to ensure that this system is known. For the people who come to court, at least now they are aware. But of course, the general public, we have to continue coming to you and educating you about the system until everyone is aware of it. Thank you, President.
Okay, thank you, Opie Jameson, for that, and also Dennis. Now, Mr. President, allow me just to give the presenter only 3 questions. Let me give the presenter only 3 questions, and then I'll bring it back to you. There's a question from William Kaguma of RC Kololo. Thanks for the green light and good presentation. How will the man or woman from Nyabushozi who has no phone, and if a phone is available, they don't know how to read such phones or notifications that the case is ongoing? What happens to such a community? Isn't digitalization meant for only the urban elites? That's one question, whether digitalization is only for the urban elites. Second one is from Nachitende Nulu, my friend from Muyenga. The question is, are there any success stories in other countries, or are we the trendsetters? Question number 3, Dennis is aware that access to internet is highly limited. This is from Ronald Oine from Kololo again, Upper Kololo, Rotaract, Upper Kololo, provisional. Aware that access to internet is highly limited and expensive, how does the judiciary address this in light of the right to fair hearing? Number 2, how have you addressed the issue of computer ignorance as far as the system is concerned? Number 3, the cost implications of this system. Isn't it, I think he's trying to say, isn't it a big punch on the taxpayer's pocket? Okay, I'll leave you to deal with those 3. But there's the last one. The system of files is getting obsolete and files keeping on disappearing and reappearing. What measures being taken by judiciary using IT to come out with a better ways of securing documents in the court system? I think let's deal with those questions and then I'll put it back to the president. Thank you. Over to you.
PAG Dennis, are you still with us? If not, I will invite Jameson Karimani to provide.
Thank you, President. Thank you, moderator. It seems Dennis has challenges. One of the questions we are about to illiterate litigants. We are aware that we have a big population of people who are illiterate in many things. So what we have done is that we are going to establish what we call kiosks at every court where it is located, and we have equipped the kiosks with what is required to ensure that if any person walks in, is able to be attended to at no cost. As we speak now in our pilot sites, these kiosks are the ones which are helping very many, including the people who are illiterate. Because this is a new system, they have to get accustomed to it. So we are using kiosks to cater for those illiterate litigants. We are going to use those kiosks until even the literate people are able to do on their own. Success stories, yes, there are success stories in various countries. I would like to use the local ones without going to the European and the American countries. One of the success stories is in Rwanda here next to us. And actually the service provider we are using is the same that did the one of Rwanda. So we have it next door here. Ghana is using the same system, and Kenya is gradually going there as well. Ignorance, of course, even when we have been using the old system, the ignorance has been there. There are litigants who cannot draw their own documents, and they have always been helped. And we hope to do the same until the whole country is, we do away with that ignorance we are talking about. Cost implications, yes, the cost of securing the system is a little bit costly, but we look at the advantages in the long run when it starts operating. What are the advantages? What shall we have overcome? The cost is of this system has been, it is 9.7 billion, and that includes rolling it across the country. So it is costly, but we have to look at what it is going to overcome when it starts operating across the country. Everything is costly, even education is costly, but we cannot stop going to school because it is costly. Files which are getting obsolete and disappearance, this is what we have come up with as a solution. Because when a file stays for long, it is bound to disappear and also can be destroyed by various things like termites and the rest. So the secure way is to have the file, e-file, we call it e-file. The file that will be on the system, the file that cannot be destroyed, the file that cannot get old. So this is the solution that we are coming up with. Back to you, moderator.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
President, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, AG Jameson, for moderating the interaction session. I see our guest speaker is back on call. PAG Dennis, I'll give you 10 microseconds to give us your parting shots.
Yes, thank you, President, and members of Daybreak for having me today. I'd like to recognize one of your members, Vincent Mugabo Emi, who is in Fort Portal. Thank you for being on call. And DGE Mike Sebalu and MD Jen. Otherwise, thank you for having me. And I believe it's the first of more interactions we shall be receiving. We shall be happy. Thank you very much. Also, my head of department is on call. I appreciate him for finding the time, and my colleagues from Judiciary. Thank you very much.
Okay. It is always an honor to have you And thank you very much for doing justice to this. But I will invite someone who can move a better vote of thanks that is more befitting and deserving. I will invite none other than our PN, Dorothy Achan, to move a befitting vote of thanks. Dorothy, over to you.
Thank you, CMP President, for giving me this honor to move a vote of thanks to our PAG, Dennis Ratoro. To you, Dennis, thank you so much for bringing the Rotarians to speed with the transformation, judiciary transformation in the automation of your systems. I know you've answered a lot of pain points that the members had around judiciary. I think most importantly, I've heard about e-filing, I've heard about payments of payment fees for bail. I think we are in the right direction. We are happy to hear from you, from the source. And I believe you're going to make our lives better. So with that said, I would like to present to you this certificate of appreciation. And I think at an appropriate time, you'll be sent the physical certificate. Thank you so much. Thank you for gracing Daybreak. We believe you'll come again another time when we call on you. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Over to you, President.
Thank you very much, PN Dorothy. PAG Dennis, Dorothy forgot to say that this certificate comes along with a hug, which will be reserved and preserved for now until the time is best for it to be delivered. So allow me, friends, right about now, invite none other than Stephen Wakasenza to give us the roll call of clubs.
Good morning, President. Roll call of clubs is as follows. We were blessed with 128 participants, 40 Rotary clubs, 2 Rotaract clubs, and 2 guests. The Rotary clubs present were as follows: Namasuba, Kigo, Boyogere Nambole, Sunrise, Kampala Alebad, Bukoto, East Saturday Evening Jazz, Ntinda Metro, Kabale, Ntinda, Nakasero Central, Natete, Boyogere, Kansanga, Kampala Metro, Rubaga Lakeview, E-Club of Uganda Global, Upper Kololo, Bwebaja, Makindye, Kampala Maisha, Wobelenzi, Kulambiro, Muyenga, Kampala North, Kiwatule, Kololo, Kampala Springs, Sonde, Garuga, Mengo, Buloba, Nansana, Sonde, Global, Kampala 7 Hills, Kasangati, Kampala West, Nansana, Fort Poto, and Nsanji. The club of the day is Sunrise, Rotary Club of Sunrise, on account of number attending. For the Rotaract clubs, we were blessed with the Malago School of Nursing and Midwifery and Rubaga. President, we had 2 registered guests, Miss Fiona Sima and Miss Lynn Lydia. President, I submit.
Asanteni sana, our Sergeant at Arms, Stephen Wax, and to all the clubs that have not been mentioned, kindly receive our apologies, but you're welcome to register in the chat section, but your attendance will be very much appreciated and recognized. The Bible says that the first will be the last. The first person to join us for fellowship this morning was none other than Rotarian PO, Peter Odochi, and for that matter, you will be the last, therefore you'll give us the final toast. But before you come in with the final toast, allow me to take this moment to appreciate each and every single one of you yet again for always being with us every Thursday. But in a special way, it is important that I get to appreciate our Rotary leaders and our district officials on call. Thank you very, very, very much. All the district officials led by DES Jen Kabuki. It's always a joy to be with you. DGN Francisco Semwanga, what a joy it is to always be with you. and our very own friend of Daybreak, DGE, Honorable Mike Sebalu. Thank you very, very much for always being with us. And again, all the change maker presidents led by POP Donna Mwanka, POP Kate Baraza, always a joy to have you with us every Thursday morning. Our international friends from District 914 led by VCC Jaja Muzungu. What a joy it is to always have you with us. Past assistant governors, change maker ages, what a joy it is to have you. Friends on call, you're very, very, very appreciated for your time and support you give to our club. Right about now, allow me invite you, Peter Odoki, to give us the final toast as we get to end our fellowship this morning. PO, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. President. And thank you, Garuatoro, for your insights into the digitization of the judiciary. And for the fellowship and time we have had this morning, I'd like to propose a toast to Rotary International.
Rotary, the world over.
Rotary, the world over.
Thank you very much, friend.
Rotary the world over. Thank you.
God bless you.
Rotary, the world over.
Make you a blessing. Thank you very much.